Hey guys, welcome back to Days 2 Gutenberg Series Challenge tutorial. So basically here I'm gonna show you a very simple sections design which is using the Gutenberg. And if you understand the Days 1 video where I explain the row, groups and stack at the same time, grid, then this is the time to implement them in real design. Today's video I'm gonna use a very simple sections that is created inside Figma, and I'm gonna explain them how to make it perfect so that it works perfectly on other devices. So let's get started. So here is the Figma design, and you can see here the Figma design is very simple, and I believe there are many of you you can easily do this or replicate this design on your site without following this tutorial. But this is beginner friendly, and I'm gonna extend this beginner friendly to advanced mode day by day by day. There is a 10 days tutorial, so there is a lot of things learned from here. So now if you are not able to export this image from Figma or the text, it doesn't matter. You can simply use other images for this tutorial or test purpose. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna go to my WordPress dashboard and create a new page here. And just one thing, keep in mind that I'm not going to configure the global color and global typography for this series, because maybe you have seen there other videos where I used to use global color, global typography first, but this is not for complete websites. This is just sections, and each and every single section has a different colors and different font families, but I'll keep the font families the default one, but I'll change the color. I hope you understand behind this scenario. So let's get started. So let's close this one, and this is a test page, or let's type here days 2. So we have completed the days 1 and this is the days 2. Let's take a look at the design carefully here. So if you take a look at the design here, you can see there is a background image and there is an overlay. Let's add cover. To add background image, we are going to use cover. We can still use background image inside group, but the cover will give us additional information which will help us to design more perfectly. Let's choose a darker color. As of now, we can change the color later and select this area here, and as you can see there is align options. So when I want to make it full width from edge to this corner or edge to edge on my browser, then make sure you have select the full width. But if I select wide width, you can see it's displaying fixed width here, which is 1340 pixel wide. But if I select full width, it will display full width across your entire browser. So it doesn't matter what is the exact browser size, it will display entire browser size. Now if we take a look at here, there's an options which is we can easily drag and drop. We can increase the height easily, and I'm going to explain. There's a lot of things that you can add here. Let's add first, let's change the opacity here. So I'm going to reduce the opacity here, and if I click on this gear icon or settings icon here, you can see there is some options, which is the inner content width and the advanced options. And now if you want to add media or images, you have to click on add media here and then click open media library. So you can see here the media library is completely empty, or maybe I have some previous images here. So those are very small images, and I would like to use a nice beautiful image. So let's go to the pixels.com and select photos. So I think we can use this one and download. So you can use the original image size, or you can use larger, medium, small, but what I recommend you always try to use 1920 pixel wide, and height doesn't matter, but if you use 1920 pixel, generally the height is also more than 1080, so that's completely fine. Let's use the large version here and download. So why I'm using large version? Because if you're using the large version here, not the full one, it has some optimization, like the size is 239 kilobytes, but if you use the original size, it will gonna over 2 megabytes, 3 megabytes, which is not acceptable when you are working on WordPress. It will slow down your websites. So you have to keep in these things in your mind, so that when you build your client websites, your client gonna see good results without optimizing hugely. So let's go back and upload our image here and select. So as you can see, our images is appearing here, and now there is some additional information, like let's copy the text here, copy and type here heading. So what I did, I just press slash and then type the block name. You can do the same thing here, or you can simply go to the plus icon or click on this plus icon and select the heading from here and drag and drop. So there's a two ways. I always try to use the shortcode features from my editor here. Now let's remove this older heading here. Okay, I already copied that text from here, and I just paste it here. So I just copy and paste that text here, make it center, and let's make it a little bit bigger. Okay, if you want, you can make it wide width here as well. So let's make it wide width or just none. I'm gonna show you how to increase this width as well. And let's copy the other text. Just copy all the text and add here as of now. Copy this one. This is a button. So let's type here button. Okay. And then text below the button. So here it's a good practice to keep the documents view as well open here, so that you can always understand where you are. So I'm going to add the button below this, add the text below this button here. Now let's select the button from here and make it center. Again, make this one center. You can center them one by one from here, or you can center them by grouping all of them into a group or stack. So now I'm going to change this one as small, and let's change the button color from here. Let's copy the color. You can use any color picker basically, and go to here and change the background color. And also, if you scroll down a little bit, you can see there is an option called radius. Let's make it 0 here so that it works or it displays a sharp corner here. And change these font sizes a little bit smaller. Now let's make it small or medium. Let's make it small. Now as you can see, we have just created these sections. Now let's say, for an example, you would like to display some or add some gap and close this text with the button. What we can do, we can simply make or select this button here and the paragraph at the same time and make them stack. So I just select both of this block by pressing shift and then select them, and let's make it stack. When I make it stack, you can see previously what I did, I just centered them, but right now when I make them stack, it changes its position here. So, and it changes the alignment itself automatically. As you can see, it's still center. The text align is center, but it's not gonna work because the dependency is now stack. Now if I select align left, it doesn't matter. If I select align right, it is not gonna work because I have to do it from the parent block called stack. Now it's time to understand the stack. I think you already watched the number 1 days video, and now I'm gonna select center from stack, and it's center now. Let's reduce the gap between these two items. To reduce this gap, make sure you have selected the stack from here and then go to the styles. Scroll down a little bit and you can see block spacing. So when you adjust the block spacing, as you can see, when I add the block spacing here, it's now reduced the gap between the text and block. You can go to here and click the custom size. You can also add custom pixel, rem, percentage or VH, whatever value you want. But I always prefer to use the default value as of now for this series. But if it's required and needs to be add custom value based on Figma design, I will definitely use the custom value. Now I just reduce this gap. So instead using the block spacing, previously what we did, we just select the element and go to the or scroll down, then we add margin. Let's say in the paragraph there is no options to add margin here. But in a button, let's add padding bottoms here. Just added padding here. So previously we did this padding or margin to add a spacing between them. It will gonna cause some issue on responsive devices, and we are not going to use those padding and spacing or margin here to space two items between them or between two columns. We are gonna use the spacer. Now let's reduce the button padding here. Perfect. So now let's, as you can see, there is a paragraph and there is a heading. So we need to add a little bit exact width. We do not want to use them as a wide width. So what we can do in that situation, we can select all of them. So basically I just select a stack because these are the under stack. Now we are gonna use group here. Now after making them group, let's add a content width here so that it changes, and I would like to display this heading as 2 row. So as you can see, this heading display as a 2 row here, and I would like to display them as 2 lines of text. Basically this is now displaying 3 lines of text, and by default, if you take a look at here, this is none, the width is none. And now if I select the group again and go to the content width, let's add 850 pixel. And when I add 850 pixel, it will not going to expand more than 645 pixel. Why? Basically the 850 pixel is not applying here. To understand or to make this applying, you have to navigate to the parent block called cover. Inside the cover, you can see here there is something mentions clearly. When you activate this inner block or use content width, it will gonna activate the inner block's container width within the options. So basically the default width will be here 645 pixel, the inner block, until you disable this one. Let's disable this one, and now as you can see, it's changing the width. So the default width now changing to the 850 pixel because we have disabled it from the cover. When I select the cover, you can see from here we just disable these features, and now we are able to change the width here perfectly. Now let's add some gap here between this paragraph and this text and heading and the button here. Let's make them as stack. So now I just stack them, and still that same issue here. Let's make it center, and now let's select the group. I would like to display some gap between this button and the paragraph. Let's imagine that this is another sections and these are the another sections. There are 2 different stack. When I add spacing inside the group, then it will gonna space between these 2 stack here. Let's go to the styles and scroll down. You can see the block spacing. If I increase the space, you can see it add nicely. It add the space between these 2 items. So I hope you understand how the stack and group and the custom width works when you are using the Gutenberg. And if I publish this one, let's take a look at the front view. The front view looks like this. And now if I close this or inspect, I'd like to show you the responsive view. So as you can see, the responsive view is working perfectly without having any issue at all, right? So it's working here, and the text is responsive, and the spacing is also working great here. And if you've done any sections perfectly, it will gonna work without having any issue. So now I'm gonna show you the second sections here, and I would like to suggest you give it a try and make the second sections and share inside our Facebook group, so that I can review the work that you have done, and also I can give you a feedback. So try yourself these sections and share our Facebook group. But there is one thing, that the color. So I just keep these sections here because of this green color. So how can you add a different color inside heading or any text? If I go to the cover block here that we have added here, let's make this prompty with this text. I would like to change this text color. So just select the text here and select this arrow here, and you can see there's an option called highlight. When I select the highlights, I can change any color. You can also add a custom color as well, and also make this text bold. So I'm gonna use the appearance and click here. Let's make it black. So as you can see, it looks nice, and also how it works, like when I add a color on the text and how to add this color yourself. You can do a little bit experiment here. There are several other items like subtract or superscript, subscript, and strike through language, keyboard input, and a lot of things. Like you can do it easily. So I think you understand, and I have taken a lot of time to explain each and every single part here, but I'm trying my best to explain you how things work here. So thanks for watching, and share your work in our Facebook group. So if you haven't joined the Facebook group, join our Facebook group and share your work and with other people, so that you can get feedback from other experts. Thank you so much.